Part 3. Why didn't you call? You see Avery here on the monitor? She was one of my students during summer camp last year. I was asked to do a children's workshop by the Perkins Center for the Arts, and I decided to do a crankie workshop since I was already making crankies. So Avery was one of the students who helped me make these beautiful scrolls, some of them, and she helped with some shadow puppet making, and we worked on performing together and learning about that. And after the 2-week summer camp, there is a last day that's kind of like a show and tell. And on that last day, the parents come to see what they've been working on. So on Friday, I met Avery's parents, London and Daniel. So I think they heard from maybe Perkins that I've been looking for a story about flooding in Burlington County. So they told me as soon as we met about this day, when Avery had to go to school on a canoe. Can you imagine going to school on a canoe on the water? I've never done that. I don't know what it's like. What happened? Why did they need to do that? So I knew I had to ask for a full interview after hearing that. And London and Daniel, they were so generous. They invited me home. They invited me to where they live. And they told me about how they picked that place. I don't know about you, but I found where I live on Trillia. But Daniel and London, they couldn't. They looked on Google Maps because they had a landscape in mind. They knew that they wanted to live next to the water. They knew they wanted to have some land. So they had to compare Google Maps, looking for that landscape, and compare to the listings they saw on that traditional website. They found it. I couldn't believe it. They live on a farm with neighbors who have been there for quite some time. You know how some people say certain areas are like the sponge for the area, neighboring areas need this sponge to mitigate flooding? Their farm is something like that. Their neighbors rely on the health of that land for their safety. So after talking to the neighbors before purchasing, they knew it was going to be a commitment. It came with a responsibility to become the watchers of the land and to become the watchers of the water. And they were ready. They were ready for this new way of living. He said, it was the full moon. I could see. I had the light of the moon. And you know what else? The water. The water reflects pretty well too. He said it was very late when it happened. He didn't want to call her in Detroit. London was there for a really stressful occasion, and he really didn't want to bother her. So he called his friend. He called his friend in Turkey. So, well, I called my friend to debrief, to tell her what had happened and what I'm feeling. Here's what happened. I'm trying to name the facts and also the feelings, name the shock that I was experiencing. The sound, from my computer.
Chicken's coop was all underwater. I took all the chickens. We have a really big garden over here, fenced in. So I just moved them so that they had a place to land in the morning.
Let's begin again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet. It's drawing about
Yes.
what happened, which may be more detailed than you want. This is my story. So I woke up 1:14, jumped out of bed. So I began just looking around. What are the things that we have to do? Check the garage, very flooded. Our lawnmower is one of the first things that we moved.
The tires were all under.
There's no salvaging, whatever it is, that there's gonna be a lot of things to check. So the next thing was checking the chickens, and the chicken's coop was all underwater. So I took all the chickens. We have a really big garden over here, fenced in. So I just moved them so that they had a place to land in the morning. This is Chocolate, who jumped out of my arm in the middle of the night. Then it occurred to to me, I should make sure that it's not flooding in Joyce's. So Joyce's Lynn's mom was the best. She lives in the basement. We need to both get the keys from her and also make sure that her place isn't flooding at all. I get the key from Joyce, I move the car. I first move her car, since her car is higher. Her car goes up, no problem. I drove, that's when I started to realize how cold I was. What happened is I drive the car, right, all the way, and then I have to walk all the way back through water. And now it's inside my boots. The next stop was those two buildings. So that here and that shed. So in a moment, I could tell it's all we're dealing with. This is my moment of like, it's a really pretty night. Let's just like take some 2 deep breaths. It's a gorgeous night. And so then I turn off the electricity. That electricity is lower to the ground. Or my 5 lines myself. Turn off electricity. Oh no, don't panic. Pile and get everything I can off the floor. Triage my energy and say goodbye to the floor. And so that was me drawing the wrecked things. Lots of wrecked things. And then I was like, right, that's all I got for the night. My boot got stuck. I didn't get off, poured out. 8 buckets of water, and then went back to sleep. I have to wake up the next day.
I know, to see
So much to do.
So I'm a therapist, so it's supposed to be a therapeutic and wellness space.
So you had transfer sometime.
For a really long time. And when we bought this land, I always was like, it'd be great to have a therapy space here. I found that you're for sale secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. Like a dream. Supposed to be like a career shift in a sense, and it all got put on hold. It's like, well, maybe I should just give up on it. Or sometimes it's like, oh, maybe I'll just talk. Like, maybe can't pull this off. And I've been feeling a lot of it just in the ripples of it in my health, the exhaustion and the stress of it. So I feel like I have a hope that it'll all settle and I won't feel so like, I feel like braced in my own body.
Because it was a big emotional experience.
Yeah, I think up until the yurt in the shed, I think I was fine. It was just stuff, got it. Chickens are fine, they're gonna be fine in the morning. So I felt I had that sense of it. But the loss of the shed was really tough because we just finished it, because it was a dream of doing therapy there, with momentum in our family system, all those things. That was a heavy blow.
The next day, the Red Cross came and gave everyone this kit. It had bleach, a mop, and a bucket. I think it had a scrub brush. You know, it's like a standard kit that you get when there's a flooding. He said it's good. It's good to get people to do tangible things like this, to disinfect and to scrub things. It's really practical.
The Red Cross later got being able to access therapy from them, and that was very useful to you.
This woman her specialty is disaster relief counseling. And one of the things that she said is she said, look, once you're a flood victim, you're always a flood victim. Because you'll have a different relationship to water. And she talked about that one of the challenges of flooding in particular, it often takes a long time to wait and see, did something get ruined? And then there's a lot of sorting through, a lot of cleaning, and then like hoping you saved it and figuring out and so forth.
Poured out 8 buckets of water, and then went back to sleep.
Avery, do you remember what you said? The next morning? I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for the river. I'm really grateful we have water.